Hello everyone. If you're here, say hi. I'm gonna click over here and get to the right spot, make sure I can see everybody's comments. Give me just a second. Hope everyone's having a fabulous Sunday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alrighty. Anyone here? Gonna fix this real quick. Sorry, I'm gonna raise you guys up. Okay, let's see how that goes. Get this all centered. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Oops. Okie dokie. Don't see anybody in here yet. We'll give it just a few minutes. It's right at 3 o'clock, it looks like. I hope you guys enjoy today's card. I love it. It's cute, fun, different. So. This is going to be using the Trusty Tools stamp set. And this is actually on page 80 of our annual catalog. Let me show you the cover. So this right here is what we're using. It comes with the stamp and the dies. Now, when stamp sets or bundles come out in the catalog, you get a 10% discount. Once they have carried over from the catalog into another catalog, then you lose that bundle discount. So now you have to buy them each separately. The stamp set is $24 and the Trusty Tools die is $37. So you only get that 10% discount at the very beginning when it first comes out in the catalog. However, they are running a bundle sale. So this is not included because this is not a bundle anymore because it's carried over to the new catalog. But our bundles, when they automatically come out in the catalog, they are 10% off. You get a bundled discount. Right now, they're running an additional 10% off. So they are 20% off on the bundles right now. And I'm gonna pull this up and show you guys. Maybe. There we go. Let's see if you guys can see this. Okay. Stampin' Up. So if you Google Stampin' Up and you pull up their page, it's the first thing you see. It says 10% off bundle sale between June 5th and June 30th. And it's also 10% off on the embossing machines. So to cut your dies. But if you click on shop now, I think is what it said. excuse me, it gives you, I thought, did I not click on the right spot? Let me go back. Oh, I clicked on the kits collection, that's why. Okay, let's retry that. Stampin' Up, bundle sale, shop now. And some of these already, you will see, are currently unavailable or there's low inventory. Excuse me. I think they started this sale, June 5th was Wednesday. So some of this is already sold out, but you can see the Wildflowers was $47.50, now it's $42.25. The Round We Go bundle was $45, now it's $40. So you get a discount right now, June 5th through the 30th. And some of them have been sold out and some of them are on low inventory. So if you're interested, I would get them while you can. Don't wait. We also, if you've been watching my Facebook page, came out with 2 new kits on Tuesday, I believe. And the it's Kindness Expressions and the Scenic Journey, Scenic Route Travel Journey. So this is more of like a little scrapbooking in a smaller version. It's 22. This one, Expressions of English, Expressions of Kindness, is a 9-card kit. You make 3 different cards and it comes with the envelopes and everything. This is gorgeous. So that is what's new. See if I have anything else before we get started. Oh yes, the other thing that I want to tell you guys about, online exclusives. As a demonstrator, we can pre-order these. We can order these now, effective, I think it was June 3rd. And that just gives us a month to get them in our hands, play with them, show you guys different things. You have to wait until July 3rd as a customer to get these, unless you sign up as a demonstrator now. So if that's something that's interesting, that you're interested in, that interests you, feel free to contact me. Because if you become a demonstrator, then you can get these right now. This paper right here, love it. And the reason why I do is it's got Christmas. It has winter. It's got 4th of July, birthday, Valentine's, maybe even anniversary, fall. So it has all your seasons in that one paper pack. And this is a 6x6, so it's one of the bigger paper packs, 48 sheets. And that coordinates with this stamp set and these dies. And these dies, like this, let's see, the Christmas tree, the heart, the star, they cut out the Christmas tree, the star, maybe even that star. So I don't have it in my hands. I can't play with it yet, but they do coordinate. So these cut out the little images on these papers. Say, for instance, this little leaf, it's that right there. So this will be a great set. It has some cute pecan pie and clear embellishments, some ribbon. Here's another one that's Christmas. So a lot of people get started on their Christmas cards early. So if that's you, if you want to start making some Christmas cards, Christmas in July, this is a good place to start because these are available July 3rd. So gorgeous paper. Here's some vellum so you can kind of see through this paper. I don't know if you see the little dots on there of the vellum. And that coordinates with this stamp set and this die. Here's another die set that has a whole bunch of greetings and words, and then dies to cut them out. Some ribbon, some cherry cobbler and pearl adhesives, embellishments, some berries, and then everyday greetings. So there's another one that's available. And there is more than this available. We can only pre-order these few things. So on July 3rd, as a customer, check out our online exclusives in our store. Here's a autumn one, Changing Leaves. This one actually comes with an embossing folder and a die. It's a hybrid, so you can put the die inside the embossing folder. And then here is a Halloween one. But there were other ones. There's a cute pumpkin scenery one, fall. It's not Halloween at all. It's more fall. Trying to remember what else there was. But beautiful stuff that's going to be available July 3rd that if you're a customer, you can go online to the website and shop. If you're a demonstrator, you can get it now. So, and where you find that is just on our page again, these little 3 bars. Click that. Well, I thought I clicked that. There we go. Go to online exclusives right there. And then there's your expressions of kindness kit that's new, your travel. It'll be in here under all this stuff. So all of this stuff right here, our online exclusives, is not in our catalog. It's just available online. And another thing, if you do shop with, if you're looking at purchasing something and you don't have a demonstrator, if you go up here and do the little bars, and it'll say find a demonstrator right there, type in my name, it'll pull me up. And that way you're shopping with me and I'm getting credit for that, which I really appreciate. So if you have any questions, you need anything, you can't find something, let me know, holler at me, send me a message. But if you do shop and you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Okay, enough housekeeping. That's all the new stuff that has come out. I didn't want to leave you guys in the dark on anything. So, I don't see anybody in here yet still. So, we're going to go ahead and get started though, because we're already 12 minutes into it. So, I don't want to spend a lot of time. Okay, Trusty Tool Set. This is the paper. This is available in the catalog still. This and the dies. So, you can get this. This you cannot get, but it's too cute not to show you. And it is available online, like on eBay. So if you want the paper, get the paper. But here's the front side and the back. Here's the front, little screwdrivers, and the back. It's just kind of textured, lined, distressed. Here's some cross hammers. Here's the back, screw heads. Here is just some striped paper. This is what I'd used on my sample, but we're gonna make our own paper today because I'm gonna show you how cute that still is if you don't wanna have to buy the paper. Kind of looks like one of those toolboxes. On the back is some screws. Here's another sheet of tools. The back is just kind of a bluey green. It's got some distress to it. Front has tape measure, and then the back kind of looks like a pegboard. So these two papers right here, you can use the dies and cut out the hammer, the wrench, the paintbrush. So some of these will cut out, the tape measure. And then you can also stamp the image, then cut it out. You can color it, you can paper piece it, several different ways to do this. So you don't have to have this paper, but it is stinking cute. So, okay. Let me get, and the colors in this paper are basic black, copper clay, crushed curry, gray granite, Lost Lagoon, poppy parade. So I'm going to pull this out. You guys might want to take a screenshot of this just so that you can have it for future reference. Okay, hopefully you got that. Move this out of my way. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take a card base, just an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. This is the smoky slate, and we're going to cut this in half, which this is 8.5 this way, so we're going to cut it 4 1/4. And then this is going to be 8 1/4. And then we're going to take this and we are going to score it at sorry, I had to get my instructions in front of me. Okay, so 1 1/4. Move my cutting blade out of the way so I don't cut it. I just score it. And then 2 1/2. 5 7/8. And if you guys don't know measurements very well, I did put this on here and I just want to talk about it briefly. So here's 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. Okay, the little things in between those, if you count every single one of them, that's 1/16. Every other one, so the longer ones, the taller ones, are every 1/8. So those are the 8 inch and the little ones are the 16 inch. So, and the reason why I'm pointing that out is because these measurements, there's a lot of 8s and 16ths. So what did I say? I said 5 7/8. So you're going to count the big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's almost to the 6. Score it. And then 7 1/8. So again, the little ones are the 16ths. The big ones are the 8s. So we're going to go the first one, which is 1/8. The first big one. Okay. Take our bone folder and we are going to kind of do like a valley fold. We're going to fold this and then fold it in and varnish that. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold that up, fold that over. So you get, this is what you're left with. Okay. Next piece we're going to cut is the bottom piece. And this is going to be 5 3/4 by 2. So 5 3/4 by 2. And this is going to be our little piece that connects like this. And this card does fit into an envelope, so you can mail it. Okay, the next piece that we're gonna need is gonna be 3 3/8. Let's go this way. 3 and 1, 2, 3 of the long ones, 3/8 by 2 3/8. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna score it at 1 3/16. We're gonna score it this way. So 1 and 1, 2, 3. We're gonna just count over 3 lines because each one of those are 16ths. And we're gonna score it, not cut it. So we're basically scoring that in half, and then we're folding it. And then go ahead and make sure you push that fold down. Anyone in here yet? I can't see anyone. I don't see any comments. If you're jumping in, say hi. Okay. So those are all of our smoky slate pieces. And then let's go ahead and do our black pieces. We're going to need one that is, let's see, 5 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 7/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry about all the difficult measurements, but that's what was needed. And then we're going to take 2 pieces that are 2 1/2 by 1 1/8. So let's go 2 1/2 and 1 1/8. Whoops. Fingers are too fat. So we need 2 of those. 1 1/8. And then one other piece that is, let's see, 2 1/2. By 3 1/8. Okay. That's all of our black pieces. And then there is one piece of metallic piece. You don't have to do this. This was just kind of a step up. This is 3 3/8. 3 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. I don't want to score it. And 1 3/16. So 1 and 1, 2, 3. This is just the tabletop or the workbench. So again, you don't have to have it. You can just keep the slate, the smoky slate piece, but I just thought it was kind of a nice addition. And then the other piece that we have is going to be the piece that we're going to make real quick. So we're going to just take a scrap piece of paper of, this is the Poppy Parade, and some scratch of the Smoky Slate. And we're going to cut 1/4-inch pieces. Hey Mom, how are you? So I'm just going to cut 3/4-inch pieces. And that way we can make our little lined paper in case you don't have the Trusty Tools Designer Series paper. There's 2 and there's 3. Okay. And just to give it some depth, I'm going to take a sponge dauber and some black ink, and I am just going to ink the edge, just one side, just to give it some distressed use, wear and tear look. I just got my nail. Okay, so there's one. There's 2. And you don't need very long pieces. These pieces actually only measure, let's see, 5 and a half. So they only have to be 5 and a half long. But I'll cut that down here in a second. So again, these are just our drawer handles for what we're gonna make look like a little toolbox. Anyway, so that should be good enough. I'm gonna take my silicone mat and my adhesive and run some adhesive along that. And then I'm going to put this top piece. I went a little crazy with my tape. Let me fix that. I'm just bending that tape down. Okay. So let's start here. So I'm going to put this along the top piece. Just line it up. What you making today? Hi, Tabitha. I'm making a Father's Day workbench card. I put it on my Facebook page. I don't have my example here in front of me to show you because I used it as pieces. So I'm going to take our grid paper here and I'm going to just line this up just so I can kind of figure out the placement of my drawer handles. So I think I want this first drawer handle to be about, let's say a 1/2 inch from the first one. So let's go right here. I'm gonna place it right here. Try to get it as straight as possible. And then take my third one. Run some tape, some adhesive on it. Everything's sticking to me. And then I'm gonna take this piece and I think I'm gonna go maybe an inch. So that one was a 1/2 inch. So if I place this, I'm gonna say an inch. Oh, almost made a mistake. I gotta turn that down. Okay, I want my ink on the bottom. So there's 1/2, 3/4. I'm gonna put it right about here. And again, that's just the handle for my drawers. What I'm basically making is this striped piece of paper in case you don't have the pattern paper. So, okay. And again, this needs to be 5 1/2. So let's go, let's see, 5 1/2. By 1 3/4. Oh goodness. Okay, 1 3/4 right here. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to move my other drawer up. Hold on. Let me just pull that up. I put it too far down. Okay. Let's line that. Okay, so if this is 1 3/4, it's gonna be right there. So I need to put it like right about here, I think. There we go. So 1 3/4. And I don't have that on there very straight. There we go. So now we have our little piece of designer series paper like that made. I just wanted to show you guys how you could do this without having to have the paper. So we're gonna make a few alterations today on the card. Okay. I think that is all of our cutting, and now we can start assembling the card. So let's take this piece right here, and we are going to put some adhesive on this piece. I believe these are really called bridge cards. So we're just gonna line this up to the bottom of the card. Push it down. And then we're gonna take this piece and do the same thing. Gonna line it up. And then you've got a card that looks like this when you stand up. Okay. We're going to take this piece right here. We're going to put some adhesive. And this already has been scored. We did that earlier. We're going to take this and put this score line up against this edge right here. So you're just lining that up. And then pushing it down. You're gonna push the adhesive down right there. And then this is gonna fold down like that, and that's gonna be the workbench. And then when you want to slide it in the envelope, this is how it's gonna fit in an envelope. So, let's pop that back up. Okay. This is the piece that I told you to cut that you don't have to have. This is the metallic piece. You could leave it like this, but you know I have to make it look extra cute, so we're gonna put this piece right in here. and push it down. That just makes the work table look like it has a metal top. Okay. Now these black pieces that we cut out are going to be, well, these pieces right here are going to be our pegboard. So I'm going to pull out our die, maybe if I can get it off of here. And I'm going to get my little die machine. And run these through the die. And I'm going to take me a Post-it note and use this to hold down my die so that it doesn't move on me. I want these long ways, and I could probably do, let me see. No, I'm just going to do one at a time because I want to put my holes the right way. So I'm going to lay this down, make sure that my paper is lined up kind of straight with those holes so it doesn't look off. And then I'm going to use my Post-it note. Well, that didn't work. Here, let's try this again. Use my Post-it note to hold that down so it doesn't move. Run that through. And what I wanted to make sure is when I was putting this on the die that my holes weren't lined up. Now I can cut off some of this a little bit and make this look a little nicer, but I didn't want like my holes to be off the paper. I wanted it to have a little piece of black there, if that makes sense. So now we're going to do it to this other piece. I'm going to use my Post-it note again to hold my piece of black paper in place. Let's see. So I'm going to get this lined up here. Put that down so it doesn't move. And run that through. I'm gonna have little dots all over my desk. Okay. And then we're gonna do the last big one. Pull it over here so I can see it. And let's see. And again, I just want to line this up so that I don't have holes on the edge of my paper. I think we're good. You can make a whole bunch of little confetti this way. Okay. All right. Get this out of the way. And again, we're just making some pegboards. Need to find my little pokey tool so that I can poke some of those holes out that didn't come out. Okay, so now we're going to take some adhesive. I'm just going to use some glue and just put a couple of pieces, a couple of lines down. And you don't want to use a whole bunch because if you do, it'll be oozing out through the holes. And then I'm going to take, I was trying to find my tweezers so I don't get glue all over my hands. And here's some tweezers. And take some tweezers and we're gonna put this on the back here and line it up, make it straight. You got some wiggle room since we're using that type of glue. That looks pretty straight. Sorry, getting my head in the camera. Okay. So there's your pegboard in the back. And then we're gonna put pegboard on both of these sides. So that's what our little pieces are for. Again, just a little glue goes a long ways. Because you will have a gooey mess. It'll be oozing out. We're gonna slide these down. Let me get my finger under there. I'm gonna pull that up a little bit and slide these down. There we go. And then we can move these around and line these up and get them all straight. Press that glue down so it doesn't move on you. And do it to this one. Again, we're just gonna pull that up and stick it down, slide it down in there. Line it up. Make it straight. Okay, push it down. That's the best thing about this kind of glue is you've got some play time to wiggle it and make it in the right spot. However, the worst part about this glue is that it gets everywhere. It gets all over your hands and then your hands are all sticky. Okay, so then we're gonna take this drawer part that we made and just fixing my drawer. The edge of it is not gluing down. There we go. We're gonna take this, put some adhesive on the back. Map this onto the black piece that we have. Get an equal size border all the way around. And then take this, put some more adhesive on the back. And this is gonna go right here. And again, gonna line it up. Yep. I'm going to trim off a little piece. Where's my cutter? There it is. Trim off a little piece here. we go. I had it a little smidge too long. Okay. And so now the fun part of decorating it. Now all the hard part's done. And again, you would just, if you want to close this up and put an envelope, fold that down, move this over, goes into an envelope. You can mail it. Okay. So now, on the paper that I was showing at the very beginning of the video, this paper right here, these two pieces, there are dies that cut out the little hammer, the measuring tape, the wrench. So on the photo that I had posted on my Facebook page, that's what I had done. I had cut out a little paintbrush, a little wrench, a little pencil. So I have these cut out, and I can definitely use that. But again, the paper is no longer available. The paper has been retired. You can still find it online, on eBay. But it also comes with the stamps. So you can take these stamps and ink the whole stamp. Like here's the, let's do it. I'll show you. Let me find a block. These are photopolymer stamps. You can see through them. They're clear, so you know exactly where you're stamping. You get a white piece of scratch paper. Somewhere. Okay. So if I wanted to grab my Memento ink, ink it up, I can stamp this, and then I can do it a couple of different ways. I can take my blending pens, my blender markers, and color it, or I can, there's another little stamp in here, this one right here, and this one right here. I could easily ink this up again on my black paper, my black ink pad. And I can take this and put it here, and then say I want, let's go brown again. Let's go pecan pie. I can take my pecan pie, ink it up, and because these are photopolymer stamps and you can see through them, you can just put that right on top, push down, and color it in that way. And then where did the little piece go? I knew I would lose it. That little bitty stamp. Was the paint, oh, here it is right here. I must have flung it off. Let's say we want, oh, I don't know, berry bushel. We want blue paint. I could take it and put paint on my paintbrush. Lily found your card that you made me for her baby shower I had with her and has decided to keep it for herself. You can't have it back. So sorry. That's funny. Okay, so you can make your own tools and then use the die. Let me pull out this die. Here's the paintbrush. Pull my die cutting machine back. Put this back in here. Line this up. And run it through. Move that out of the way. And then you can use the one that you made. You can use the one that was on the paper, or I could take this one, finish coloring it, die cut it, and use it. So you don't have to have the paper to create the card. It is cute, it is easy, it is fast. So I'm going to pick up my pieces over here that I have, because I already have the measuring tape and the hammer. Let's see, there was got too much stuff on my table. A little wrench and a measuring tape. Okay, so I'm gonna put this measuring tape up here, and this already has adhesive on the back. I'll put that down. And then I'm going to, let's see, going to cut my sentiment out. And the sentiment that I had used on the one on my blog or my Facebook page was, "You are loved beyond measure." And I thought that was cute with the measuring tape. This stamp is from the Perennial Postage stamp, which has retired. So instead of using that one, we're going to use the Happy Father's Day that comes with this stamp set. It's right here. I'll put that on a block. And then I'm also going to use this die right here. Instead of using this die right here is the Nested Essentials, and it is on page 103 of the catalog. You can't see it very well in this catalog, but here's part of it that they use. But those dies, where did I put them? They are cute dies, and I can't find them. I must not have pulled them out, so let's see. Oh well. We're just going to use, instead of using that, because if you only had this stamp set and this die, we're going to make this card with just that. So this part right here, this die, and this handle make a toolbox. But we're gonna just use this, and I'm gonna run it through. So I'm gonna get me a piece of scratch smoky slate paper. And stamp our greeting or our saying, which is Happy Father's Day. Get my paper straight so I'm not stamping all cockeyed. Put this in our cutting machine. Run that through. Thanks, Mom. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to take some dimensionals, give it some dimension. Three should do it. Put this on here like this. Make sure it's centered. And then we can start hanging all of our stuff on here. So again, like I said, here's my tape measure, and you could stamp all of these. These stamps are in that stamp set. So the measuring tape's right here, the hammer's right here, the wrench is right there. We use the paintbrush. You could take and make all of these and just die cut them out. You don't have to have the paper. But because I do have the paper and it's stinking cute, that's what we're going to use. I put the tape measure right here. Actually, I'm going to pop that up. I changed my mind. Let's pop that up. Because this saying is popped up right here, this tape measure needs to be popped up. So I'm gonna get my adhesive eraser and this tape adhesive that I just put on here. I'm gonna take that off so it's not all sticky. If you don't have one of these adhesive erasers, you need one. That's the oopsie tool. So I'm going to take 2 dimensionals. Put that right, oh, I don't want it covering my saying. Here, let's move it up. There we go. Put that right there. And take our paintbrush. And I need some small dimensionals for the handle. I'll put a small dimensional down here and another one over there. Well, that doesn't want to stay on there at all. Goodness. Must be a bad dimensional. Let's try this one. Nope. There we go. Pull the back off. Fingers are too fat. Okay, there we go. We're gonna put this kind of tilted like that. And then we're gonna take the hammer and we're gonna lay this one flat. So I'm gonna take my tape runner, put some adhesive on there. I'm just gonna lay this one. Actually, I think I'm gonna put this one over here. Let's change it up. Let's put the hammer over here and then the little wrench put it over here like it's hanging on the pegboard. And then the wrench, the other one, this one, the flat one, put it up here. And then, was that it? Did we have any other tools? Oh, the pencil. The pencil with the pencil. Let's put the pencil right here. We'll have to get a pop dot and see if that might be too big. I may even have to cut the pop dot. The dimensional. Let's see. Let's make this itty itty bitty. Well, if I can hold it. Okay, we're gonna do that an easier way. We're gonna take one of these and we're gonna cut it right here on our little sheet. Then we can take it off. I'm telling you what, fat fingers is not a good thing when you're crafting with little bitty pieces. So I'm gonna put this on the back of the pencil, just so I can pop up the top of this. Goodness, I can't even talk anymore. Take that back off, and then we can lay this flat. There we go. Alrighty, so there's our card. And then you can write on the back of it right here. You can write your message. In fact, you could write it and everybody could see it, or you could take a piece of paper. We get a piece. Let's see. This measures, the back of this measures about 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So if I cut, well, let's see. Let's go 3 1/4. Actually, let's go this way. 3 1/4. I don't know if that's gonna be a long enough piece of paper. Hold on. One moment, please. Pause. Okay. So if we go 3 1/4, and then we needed 4 1/4. And we're just going to score that so that we can, basically what we're doing is we're making a little card for the back of it. The hour went by so fast. Well, I'm glad you thought so. But then you can just put it on here on the back like this. If you want. You don't have to. It's just completely up to you. And I would use smoky slate instead of white probably. But then you could write your message and fold it closed and it be hidden and not everybody see your message. So completely up to you on what you guys want to do. But there is our workbench Father's Day card using just the stamp set and the die cuts. You don't have to have the paper, but the paper is nice. So, and then you just fold it like that to put in your envelope. All right, so next week, just kind of want to give you guys a sneak peek of what we're going to do next week. I know we're over an hour, so I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but this is using the Thoughtful Journeys paper pack. And in the 6x6 paper packs, there are 48 sheets. So there are 12 patterns. And there's 4 sheets of each pattern. So there's that pattern, that's the back. Here's the front, here's the back. There's the front, there's the back. Front, back, 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 front, back. So there are 12 pieces, front and back, and you have 4 sheets of each one. So if you get this paper pack, again, it's called Thoughtful Journey, you can mass produce some of the prettiest cards. This to me kind of looks like an under the water, like sea urchins, you know, the coral reefs. So you could make that into an aquatic scene if you wanted. We have a Friendly Fins stamp set that you could make some gorgeous cards with. This one right here looks like a winter scene to me with a lake, and you could have a small little cabin back here. You could put a sailboat on here. Again, a lake with some shoreline. So I love this piece right here. Just, it looks like you're laying down in a field of wildflowers looking up at the sky. Again, another lake right here with some shoreline around it, maybe some trees in the background. Here's a beautiful sky with a sunset. So this is all very interpretive, but you can buy a pack of paper, love that print, and mass produce a ton of cards. And I just wanted to give you a sneak peek of the cards that I've made, and we're going to go over this. This is going to be our Facebook Live next week. I'm going to do it next Saturday morning at 10 a.m. because I know Father's Day is on Sunday, and I've got some obligations Saturday afternoon. So here was a Father's Day card I made using that paper. And it doesn't take much of the paper. You don't have to make, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. You can just use the paper, put a greeting on it, a sentiment, and you're good to go. The paper speaks for itself. here was 3 cards that I made using 1 piece of that paper. Couple of embellishments. Your greeting, I did emboss the white with an embossing folder. Yes, I'm going to show you how to do this next week. Yeah, they are beautiful papers. And I'm not going to show you how to do all of these cards because, like I said, I made a ton of them. I'm thinking about making this card. This is they call it a book bind because that part right there is like the binding of a book. Z fold because this is a Z. But this is a really cool paper or card using that paper. And then, so that's just showing you what you can do with the paper and a few embellishments and a greeting. If you want to take it up a notch, you can. We've got these gorgeous die cuts that cut out these trees. So again, just a wintry scene, like you're looking through some trees and there's that lake in the back. Here's this one. And I actually did do the inside of it. But again, that cuts it out for you. That's just a die cut. Here's a die cut of a window that's been embossed by some brick. So it's like you're looking out a window. So those are all the papers from that paper. I used all 12 sheets. I had a little bit left over. Here were some bits and pieces that I could still use on other cards. So of course I'm not throwing those away. I mean, I could make a card using that piece right there. But this is all I had left from using 12 sheets of that paper, and I made all these cards. So if you use that whole pack of paper, you can make a ton of cards. Now, these right here are from a paper kit. This was Memorable Meadows card kit, and I'll show that card kit to you next week as well. But again, just gorgeous paper. A sentiment, a couple embellishments, you're done. No time at all. So those were all using, in that Memorable Meadows kit, there are 3 different patterns. So here's one, the daisy. Here's one, a little lake. And here's one, I can't pick it up, with the trees and a path. So those are your 3 designs. And again, a card, it has a front and a back. Here's the front. Here's the back. I just cut those front and backs and split them up and made 2 cards with it. And then this is the Explore, what is that called? Oh, here it is right here. I was gonna say I kept it. Exploring in Color. And you get the cards and the envelopes. And right now, this is $5. They are kind of like on clearance, but you have blue and copper clay envelopes to match your cards. So here's how they come. Here's you get 3 different kinds. And all I did was take an embossing folder and a die cut, and I've stepped it up a little bit and made that card. And then this is a die right here, and made these. So that's 1 of each. Anyway, very easy to do, doesn't take very much time at all. You let the paper speak for itself. When you have such beautiful paper that those Stampin' Up! Artists have made, you can mass produce like no other. So anyway, we're going to go over these and how easy they are to make next week in the live. And again, I'm going to do that Saturday at 10 a.m. So hope to see you guys next week. Thanks for spending the last hour with me. Hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Talk to you later. Bye.